The centipede has all these legs. He can use these legs to run. Now, he's not going to outrun a person. And I say this because I do get that question from time to time. People come in, Wildman Phil, what do I do if a centipede chases me? You put your beer down and walk away, okay? He has little tiny legs, you have really big legs. It's not really a problem, okay? But of course the question is, well, are they dangerous? Okay, well, they are. They don't have a stinger like a scorpion, right? They have a mouth that they bite with. Centipedes bite, they inject a venom when they bite. That venom goes to your body, it makes you sick. It's not something you want to experience. No human has ever died from a centipede bite, but it does hurt. And it's not something you want to have happen. Of course, I've never had that happen. I don't plan on doing that either. But I was there the first time my brother did. Yeah, I go through brothers quite often. I don't know if you noticed. So we're down to just one left. But I have learned. You can work on the sisters too? It's so great. Anyway, no, same brother. I kid you not. The first time my brother got bit by a centipede, I was there. I was not directly responsible. You have to understand, our life, we grew up right across the street from the desert. This is back in the day when there was just desert. So what do? We get up in the morning in the summer, we'd grab do our chores first. That's important, kids. Pay attention, all right? We'd do our chores, we'd grab some food, take some water, and we'd head out in the desert. We'd spend all day running around the desert, looking for animals, having fun, right? Well, it was on one such expedition we were out there. One of the first things we found was a good-sized centipede. Now, not this big, all right? Most centipedes we have here, as you probably know, more like about 3 inches long, not like that. But we found one. He's about 3 inches long, bright yellow legs, red body, pretty as far as centipedes can go. So we went ahead and caught it, put it in a little container that my brother then carried on his belt. Because he's a younger brother. But as we were out there in the desert doing all the things that we were doing, climbing trees, digging up holes, somehow the lid came off the centipede's container. I happened to notice that. Being the good older brother that I am, I pointed it out to him. Said, looks like the lid came off the centipede's container. And he went, oh, yeah, it did. And there's no centipede in there. He'd hoped it had fallen out on the ground somewhere. He checked himself over, making sure it wasn't on him. He didn't find it anywhere. He did have a light jacket on, took that off, shook it off to be extra safe, left it in the back of the truck to be even more safe. We continued on our way. About 2.5 to 3 minutes later, we're walking along, and suddenly my brother stops. He says, Philip, I think I found the centipede. And actually, I think the centipede had found him. But either way, I knew where it was now. Or at least my brother did, because I'm looking at him go, well, where is it? And poor guy had to go, well, it's right here, as it was crawling around inside his shirt. Yeah, I don't know how many of you here have ever had anything with 42 legs crawl across you. That is not a wonderful feeling. I've had him go across my hands and arms. That's enough for me. Upper body, I'm not really looking forward to. And that's the situation my brother was in. Well, then he knew that he was in a pretty sticky situation because centipedes are very leery. First sign of danger at all, what they do is they bite with their mouth, they grab on with their front legs, and they wave their tail around in the air. Now, by doing that, I don't know if you noticed looking at him, kind of hard to tell the head from the tail, right? Especially when they're moving around. So, of course, that animal, before it grabs it, he thinks that's the head looking around to see what's going on. He grabs it by the perceived head. The real head turns and grabs him back. Generally, they let go of it and leave it alone. It works out well, unless he's walking around on your body. Then you don't want him to bite and grab on with the legs and all that. And that's the situation my brother was in. So being the older brother, I came up with a good idea. And I said, you know what we can do is you get your shirt untucked and then put your hands over your head. And then very quickly, I can pull the shirt off before the centipede has a chance to figure out what's going on. My brother said, hey, that's a great idea. At least the best we thought of yet. Let's do it. So we got his shirt untucked. He got down on his knees, hands over his head. I stood over and shirt up. 1, 2, 3. Real nice and quick. It worked great. Shirt came off. No problem. The centipede didn't bite him. It just fell into his pants. Yeah, I had not really completely thought that through. But they weren't my pants anyway. So, yeah. To make a long story short, we ended up totally undressing my brother in the desert that day. The farther we got his pants down, the farther the centipede went, till it was just above his knee on his right leg. My brother then, the centipede figured out something was after him. It bit onto his leg. My brother then threw caution to the wind. He squished it, killing it very nicely through his pant legs. And even though it was quite dead, he pulled his pants off, rest away, get it out of there. And yeah, it was quite dead, but just to be sure, he dropped a very large rock right on top of it.